welcome to another episode of the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Begley, Donnie, and Wayne.
What is up, Mad Mob? Here we are. Week 13 in the books. A good one. Boys, 1 week left in the fantasy regular season. How we doing?
Man, Beggs, how you doing, man?
This is when everybody starts crunching the numbers when you're 6 and 7. Seeing what you got to do to sneak in.
Absolutely. I'm on the cusp in, I want to say, 2 leagues. One of them with you, Wayne. We're both on the cusp. The cuspiest of cusps.
Dirty Dozen?
Yeah, dude.
The cuspiest of cusps.
Oh, dude. We both need a win. We play each other this week just to paint the picture for you, Mad Mob. And luckily, 8 teams get in. It's our first year. It's with my brother-in-law. We don't know almost anyone in this league. I asked Wayne to join, and we're both on the cusp. So
in the brother-in-law league?
What's that?
In the brother-in-law league, you're all on the cusp?
On the cusp, bro.
I feel like you have to help half the league set their lineups.
Bro, no. The weird thing is no one makes waiver claims in this. No one, they don't really make roster moves like crazy and this and that.
I've
had
weird.
Terrible injury luck throughout the season. That's the league I traded for Breece Hall and Jamar Chase. You can do the right things and just have bad luck happen. It can happen to anyone, honestly. I feel great going into next year.
I drafted poorly in this one.
Yeah.
Luckily,
which is a rarity for me.
Yeah. I got done and I looked at this team and I didn't like it at all. I had a lot of long-term players that I picked up, and I should have I should have sprinkled in more win now players. The only reason I think I'm in second in our division, which divisions are so stupid in fantasy. I hate it. But I'm second in our division, and it's just been on the back of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Hey, I got a really interesting question. I'm going to ask you all before we get into the week. In a dynasty, long term, would you rather have DK Metcalf or Amon-Ra St. Brown? And how close or far is it?
I'd rather have DK, I think. And it's difficult. It's not easy by any means, but my line of thinking is this. They're both going to come into situations where they're going to have a new quarterback in the next couple of years. Geno might get another year. You don't know. Jared Goff might get another year, but I've seen Will Levis to Detroit talked about frequently. So, they're both going to have to learn. The thing that gives DK the edge for me is he's just a physical specimen. He's an absolute freak. But Tyler Lockett's also 30 years old, whereas Jameson Williams is just fresh, 22, 23 years old. Does that really hurt Amon-Ra? No, not necessarily. It's just you have a freak like DK probably going to be by himself with no number 2 in sight after Lockett's done. So that's just why I'm taking him. But I can't blame you going otherwise if either of you chooses Amon-Ra.
I'm going the other side because, and I look at it a little bit different. Both views of logic are sound. I like Amon-Ra. I like a solid number 2 because if you look, if you have a great quarterback that can slot these passes into double coverage, then yeah, give me the better receiver. But with in quarterback limbo. You can obviously, and no good number 2, with assuming Tyler Lockett is phased out, the safety help is going to be always on DK. And with a bad quarterback, that just doesn't bode well with, double coverage on the best player because you have Duda as the number 2 receiver. I think a solid second receiver helps when the quarterback play is not so good. I think them trading T.J. Hawkinson, pretty much said we're good with our offensive weapons. We don't. Let's get an asset for this good tight end because we're utilizing the receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's DK for me, but it's for one reason: is we've seen him be elite with two different quarterbacks. And we're finding out Russell may not have been as elite as we thought. So I think as long as he's with Pete Carroll, there's consistency there. That's just my opinion.
That's fair.
Sorry,
let me
boys.
give a quick update in the CTFL before we dive into too much. Goni, I came in last this week. Davis Mills getting benched is killing me. Darnell Mooney out again, killing me. ETN, dud week. Michael Carter out. James Robinson, dud. The only thing that kept this week from being an absolute bust for me was Amon Ra. Get me 35. So I got 65.4, putting my total to 988.06. Goni came in second with 68.06, beat me by 3. Still taking zeros from Brees, DJ Moore, Kenny Galladay this week. DJ Moore obviously on a bye. But still, solid week out of Justin Fields, solid week out of D Swift, combining for 42. Pretty good weeks from Cole Kmet and Damian Pierce, bringing his total to 901.14. Begley, pretty good week this week, 94.3 for his total. Breakout week, CMC doing CMC things. 16, both out of Christian Kirk and David Montgomery, and then low 20s out of Jared Goff, bringing his total to 1,041.44. So week 13, he is up on me by 40, 50, 53. He's up on me by 53, and I'm up on Goni by 87.
It's a whole lot. I don't think I've had a week where I've scored more than 70, to be honest with you. I always seem to be at 50, 60 on a weekly basis.
You had a week where you dropped 108.
That must have been the only week where
Fields,
almost everyone. Yeah, Fields
It
dropped
was
45.
when Justin Fields and Cole Kmet combined for 63
60.
points.
No, fair enough.
Yo, and that's more points than I thought you had, man. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's a good rally.
I'll take it. Get it.
He had 3 good weeks back to back to back, 91, 94, and 108.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, now the bad team. I got Bears-Panthers. Panthers on a bye. Bears took an L. I'm in last place at 7-18.
I got to win this week because my teams played each other.
Goni, Jags-Lions played each other. Jags took the L. Lions got the dub, putting Goni at 9-15. Giants and Jets. Jets took an L, and the Giants tying's worse than kissing your sister. So now I got to sit here and say this. Begley's record is 14-9 and 0-1.
Wouldn't it be something if that one tie is what separates us at the end of this?
I'm looking. Let me give you all the records from week 9, excluding me because my team suck. I'm weighing last since week 9. Goni is 6-3 since week 9. Begley is 3-4-1.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I need to win out the rest of the season, is what I'm hearing here.
But you might because
you're down 5. You're down 5 dubs.
That's it. And the Lions are trying to make the playoffs, right? So I mean, they're trying to win. Jags, I mean, I guess they can too. It's only Tennessee ahead of them.
Only.
I mean, the Colts are dog water.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I need a couple of these dub weeks.
Yes, DFS. Karma continues to strike Goni right in his rear end, and he deserves every last bit of it. He took the L this week, the overall L, for a nice -1 to his total, and he deserves every last bit of it. He dropped 100.76. I was in second. I'm going to stand firm at 110.9, and Begley took the dub with 125. And I'm looking at Begley's team. It was just solid all around. He didn't funny enough, we all took the Bears defense, so we all took the -1. Good. Just Mike White got him 20, AJ Brown 27, Garrett Wilson 20, Peoples-Jones 12, Ingram 11, Dalvin Cook 15. That's 125 is a good score, and nobody really went nuts. I mean, I feel like that's just a score where everybody just equally contributes.
I appreciate the compliments, Wayne. And I'd like to just point out my margin of victory this week was greater than your margin of victory over me last week, I believe. Is that fair to say?
I don't have the numbers pulled up. There's no way I can answer that honestly.
Well, I can
so we'll
answer
just
it,
assume
but
that
guess
it
what?
was about the same.
It was greater. And do you remember the lashings, Goni? I still have the marks on my back, I believe.
I believe.
Listen, if you're going to send the lashings my way, then just be prepared for me to send them right back down to Goni.
Oh, well, then I'll absolutely send them your way then.
Okay, I'm prepared.
No,
enough.
I can't talk noise, man. I'll talk noise when I'm in first. What's the overall, Wayne? I'm curious.
Goni's got the overalls.
2-0 -1. Wayne, you, me.
Man.
Who's in second?
Did you not hear?
No,
or
you
understand?
said it very quickly. I wanted you to slow down. I didn't
Nah,
hear it.
You got it. Just play it back. Play it back.
Okay,
You know
I'll say it slowly for the listeners because I didn't catch it, so I know they did.
I didn't catch it.
I am in first with 2 points. Begley is in second with 0 points, and Goni is in the gutter, dead last, big old suck with -1 point. Karma. I enjoy the karma. I just have a feeling it's going to attack you the rest of DFS, and it's you deserve every last bit of it.
Would you like to put a doink on it that I finished better than you this week?
Wow.
That you finished better than me this week?
Yeah, in DFS.
No, because remember when I tried to put a doink on the same thing and you turned it down?
No, I don't.
Last
I'll
week,
take that doink.
Begley, you remember when he tried to put a doink on it and he was like,
Begley,
"No, I already
would you
got a
like to
doink
take
on the
doink?
whole
I'm-
thing."
I'm out here trying to wheel and deal, bro. He's scared of it, I guess.
I'll,
Do you
I'll
wanna
take the doink.
this
I'll
week?
take the doink.
I'll take the doink.
I'll take the doink.
Going, I already claimed it.
I mean, Wayne, you rejected it, so you're sorry, man. You rejected it.
put me in the
Okay.
ledger, go.
In turn, I'll give that doink to Begley as well.
No,
So
I'm going to stick with going.
Okay, so the two turds are going to go at it.
yep, going at.
No. You know what? This is bad business, listeners. But I'm going to have such a big lead from my off-season doinks. I can afford to take a few risks. Wayne, I'll take it. Big week in DFS this week.
Okay, he took it. Going, write it down. Now I can go ahead and say that big league in the off season is really offset from all the L's you've been taking in the season.
Well, we can take some risk. But if I hit here, that's 2 biggins, kid. That's 2 biggins.
Back to
And
back
if you
first.
don't,
It's only been done
it's
a couple times and only by me. So
2 biggins. This will put a hurting. To dish out 2 L's and take 2 dubs, that's massive.
can we talk about how Traylon Burks, had he not been murdered on his touchdown catch, he would have put up another great week for the 3rd straight week?
Wayne,
would've.
the talent is so obvious. I can't unsee the talent.
Hey, it's frustrating because, and I talked to Goni about this, that again, injuries are going to save him from taking another L. My Joe Mixon as being an RB1, probably going to take an L because injury. Traylon Burks not being top 40, going to take an L because of injury. So it's frustrating because Goni's not right.
He's not right.
He's just getting saved by injuries. And it's just getting old,
Nah,
man.
man.
And I'm not going to dive into it too much again because I know we got into it on the last episode. So not going to dive into that too much anymore. It's just annoying, because now it's another guy. Last week it was Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon was out again this week. And now we got Traylon Burks catching a touchdown pass and leaving the game. And now he's week to week. It's just should
Man.
make Goni sick, honestly.
It doesn't. And I would like to take this opportunity also to I won't take a victory lap just yet. I'm going to wait a couple weeks and see how it plays out. But I remember early season, we're doing the quarterback rankings, and you guys absolutely flame spittered me for putting Lamar Jackson as the number 11 quarterback. And I said the man was going to get hurt. That's why I'm putting him there. This man has a sprained PCL, out 1 to 3 weeks. He's sitting at number 6 right now, and he's only like 50 points away from being the 11th quarterback. So I'm just saying it could happen. It might not. But crystal ball.
Oh, so you're saying you figured John Mechie would get debilitating cancer?
What does that have to do with Lamar Jackson, my man?
Oh, I guess your crystal ball only works for. Oh, okay.
Oh, what about Christian Watson though? Christian Watson crushing.
I'm sure Mechie would have done better.
He would have scored like 8 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
He would have been much more consistent. He would have had such a big lead.
Yeah, I don't know if the Houston Texans have scored 8 touchdowns total in the last 3 weeks.
It's because they didn't have John Mechie.
That you're right. You're right.
I mean,
John Mechie was the difference maker. He was going to make the Texans a Super Bowl contender.
He was the chosen one. He was the chosen one.
There's no doubt about it.
Randy Moss, 2.0.
Just to carry on with the TikTok trend that I saw, Russell Wilson touchdowns versus bathrooms in his house. He did not gain any ground. He did not gain any ground this week. He still has more bathrooms in his house than touchdowns thrown this season.
What? How many bathrooms does he have? I haven't even seen this. I don't mess with TikTok.
Like 14, 12 or 14.
And how many touchdowns does he have?
Like 9 on the year, something like that.
Oh.
I saw an awesome stat that Denver had scored 17 points a game. They'd be like 10-3 right now.
Oh, bro! Actually, I saw something along the
Wait a
lines.
second. Wait a second. We never discussed. Sorry, he's got 8 touchdowns on the year, 5 interceptions.
Even worse.
So you haven't seen that trend, dude? It's so funny. It's a dude, and he's like got the most serious face, and like talks about it like it's like an actual legitimate matchup. And he's like, okay, all right. So this week in Russell Wilson touchdowns versus bathrooms in his house. Bathrooms in his house is at 12. His touchdowns are at 8. This week he played and did not throw a single touchdown, bringing his total to 8. After checking with Sierra did not add or remove any bathrooms in their home, leaving that number still at 12, with bathrooms leading by 4. And then that's the TikTok, dude. I swear I die laughing every time.
Oh, that's wild, dude.
How dog water, man.
I actually did see a thing though, Beggs, where they averaged 20 points a game last year with, I think it was Drew Lock at the helm for the most part. And if they would have, kept that same average, I don't know what the record would be, but obviously it's much, much better. And then the meme said something along the lines of, we gave this guy we could have saved $250 million, basically. Could have saved $250 million with a B.
Who else could you have got? Like what? You could have got
Jimmy
like another lockdown corner, and then stuck with Drew Lock. Maybe got.
Dude, you know who you could
maybe got. You could have got 2 solid tackles and a lockdown corner for that price, and that's a team changer for Drew Lock.
Shelves too. Like they should have traded. They could have traded for Jimmy Garoppolo for cheap, and paid him $25 million this year, and probably been a lot better.
Yeah, Jimmy G and Armstead, who went to Miami at left tackle, done.
Brutal.
Disappointing.
Hindsight, man.
Broncos fans down bad. Broncos country, let's hide.
Let's hide.
Dude, I've seen some of the funniest memes and stuff about that, and his unlimited.
Unlimited.
Come on, dude, I'm weak.
I saw that because like Russell Wilson's the most cringiest person on the face of the earth.
Yeah, he is.
One word to describe me: unlimited.
Yeah. Did you since we're just clowning Russell Wilson, this is the clown Russell Wilson segment of the show. Apparently he had a birthday a couple weeks ago, and Sierra invited the entire Denver Broncos team, and only like half of them showed up.
Yeah, nobody likes losing. Hey, here's my thing too. I'm down. I'm all for a team leader who doesn't who like wants to win, and losing. Like I want to see losing affect you. You know what I mean? Like I want to see you mad. I don't want it to see like affect. Like you throw a pick and you start pouting. There's a difference between like pouting and like getting pissed and motivated. I feel like Russell Wilson is just stone-faced 24/7. Like I want to see a little, like to know, like if you're sitting there sucking, like be pissed about it. Like show some emotion so I know that you care that you're sucking. I don't want to see you pouting and whining, but be like pissed. Get the tablet out, pull a Tom Brady, chuck that thing,
Yeah, that's
call upstairs and see
exactly
what the
I was
deal
gonna say.
is.
I was going to say, Wayne's been watching a lot of Tom Brady this year, and his quarterback throws tablets and destroys them. That's what Wayne's looking for, that kind of emotion. But then he also leads fourth quarter comebacks, so there's that also.
In all honesty, and that's what when he got into it with the defensive lineman, that's all they were saying was like, we both care about winning, and I said let's get out there and do it, and he was like, yeah. But then I was like,
That's not what he said.
No,
like,
not
man, I can't do
at
it.
all. It was way more explicit and
Yeah.
way worse than that.
Go out there
100%.
and get him, buddy.
I know what I have to do, but I don't think I'm strong enough to do it.
Yeah. And it's just, like I just hate seeing him like just walk off the field after throwing yet another pick or another 3 and out, and he's just stone faced, man. Like, show a little bit of emotion. Show that you care. I know that you got the bag, and I know it's like corny to say, show that you care, but like you got to do something, man.
Who cares less about winning, Zach Wilson or Russell Wilson?
Well, Russell Wilson's already done it, so I feel like, he's got his money. Zach Wilson doesn't have either of those things. I mean, he's got money, don't get me wrong. He was a 21, 22-year-old kid coming out of college, and he's a millionaire now. But, like, Russell Wilson's set for his kid's life, and he's got a Super Bowl.
He does have a
Russell
Super Bowl.
cares less, you think?
Yeah, I think Russell cares less. Absolutely.
Okay. Fair.
Zach Wilson's going to be playing for a job. He's
done,
Russell
bro.
Wilson is locked in. You can't not pay. His cap hit next year, I saw the dead money the Broncos would have is like $108 million if they just straight up cut him. Like, you can't afford to cut this man. Like, he's locked in whether he sucks or not.
And Russell Wilson is still beloved by an entire fan base. Like Seahawks fans still love Russell Wilson. They've appreciated everything they've done for him. Zach Wilson is universally hated. So, like, I mean, worst case scenario, like Russell Wilson fades into the distance because he sucks in Denver and Denver hates him. But like Seattle will always love him. So I mean, he's done the thing in Seattle. So I mean, anybody wants to win, but like he's like Goni said, he's already done it. He's already got a ring. He's already shown he's a winner, and Zach Wilson has shown that he sucks and bangs his friends' moms.
Zach Wilson's just remembered as like the newest first-round pick franchise quarterback to fail for the New York Jets, and the guy's got shown up by Mike White 2 years in a row immediately when he takes the field. So I mean, I'm pretty sure last year Mike White's first game was from taking over for Zach Wilson was he threw for 400 yards and he beat the Bengals. Super Bowl Bengals.
It's legendary Week 8 Mike White.
I mean, what if Zach Wilson doesn't play football anymore? Is he a bigger bust in y'all's minds than like a Jamarcus Russell or a Ryan Leaf?
No, because I don't think as much was expected of Zach Wilson than Jamarcus Russell.
Was he the second overall pick?
No, he was late first round.
No. What, he was like 2. He was ahead of Trey Lance, right? Because the Jets, they had a top pick.
He was super early.
I thought he was late first round. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets never have a late first round ever.
Let's just hit the old Google machine.
I would say Trey Lance
overall.
Third.
Second overall. Trey Lance was third to the Niners.
Yeah. So but that doesn't like.
And Trey Lance was a reach that year, right? Who went after Trey Lance? Who went after Trey Lance? That was Mac Jones and all them. Like Mac Jones and Justin Fields. That was all them.
Late.
No one crazy. Was Tua in that? Tua was in that too, wasn't he? No.
Oh, he's way ahead of. He came out way before Mac Jones did.
No, that was the year that Mac Jones fell.
Yeah, Mac Jones and Tua both played at Bama, gone, so they can't come out the same year.
Oh, you're right.
Jalen Hurts was in that, right?
No, he also played at Oklahoma, but no.
Okay, gotcha. That went over your head. Okay, fair.
Well, he finished his career at Oklahoma, so they went over your head, dummy.
I'll slow down a bit.
This was Trevor Lawrence draft.
Oh, okay. So
it was. Let's see here. Can we just get a draft order? Or This was also Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase and Micah Parsons.
And Justin Jefferson.
Not Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson was here before. All right, so I'm.
What are you doing, guy?
I don't
Golly,
know,
man. Mute your mic.
Anyways, no. The answer is no,
Waddle.
Because none of those guys have been like Ryan Leaf, for example. He got taken over Peyton Manning, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he went 1 and Peyton went 2. We all know how Peyton Manning ended up, and Ryan Leaf sucks. And yeah, so I mean that's one of the biggest busts of all time.
That's true. In order to be like a massive bust, you that means you would have to have snagged him before somebody that's killing it.
Yeah,
man, this draft is going to go down as one of the best ever, man. Patrick Surtain, Devonta Smith, Justin Fields, maybe Jalen Waddle.
I would guess another one, but I'm going to be wrong, and that guess is Asante Samuel.
You're wrong.
Yes.
Najee Harris, Kadarius Toney, ETN. There's some dudes, man. Elijah Moore, Javonte Williams.
J.C. Horn.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. There's some dudes in this draft, man.
I wish I had a mute button for you. I would have hit it a long time ago.
This isn't around the horn, man.
Oh, I can mute you. What am I talking about? Let's go.
You're a bad guy.
I won't mute you because, our YouTube following isn't what it should be. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mad Fantasy Football Podcast.
Why did you have to read that like a disclaimer?
Okay, it kind of was.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not disclaiming anything, but.
So, rest of season, are we touching anybody on the Patriots? Is anybody on the Patriots touching your fantasy roster rest of season?
Let me see who we've got for the rest of the season. But Jacoby Myers and Ramondre Stevenson seem like the obvious only two.
You still trust Jacoby?
Arizona, Las Vegas, Cincinnati, Miami, Buffalo. Probably not. I mean, maybe against Las Vegas in the first round of the playoffs. It'll be week 15. But aside from that, no, I don't think so. And that's only in a pinch, like a flex. He hasn't scored double-digit points since week 8 against the Jets. He's only seen 6 targets, 4 and 5. And, I mean, he just doesn't score touchdowns. He hasn't scored a touchdown since that week 8 game either. So, probably not. Ramondre, on the other hand, I feel like you can't not play Ramondre if you've been riding him, right?
I mean, yeah. You have to. He's getting all the work. And the Patriots hate throwing the ball. So, hey, I'm going to give you a name, Wayne. James Cook from Buffalo. He will be an absolute league winner in the playoffs. Against the Patriots, caught 6 balls for 40 yards, had more carries than Devin Singletary. He had 14 carries for 64 yards. They're finally getting him involved in the offense, man. James Cook, it's a guy I want on all of my rosters.
Yeah, but, I mean, is he trustworthy yet? With all the weapons on the Bills, do you really, can you slot him into that and just expect constant value?
I mean, I personally think so. I mean, Devin Singletary's been start worthy pretty much all year until the last few games. And
luckily you don't have to make any roster decisions, come playoff time because you didn't make it in any league.
That's just not true.
He just Yosemite Sam'd you.
It's just not true.
That's the silence too.
Just simply not true. I'll send a text for proof, gentlemen.
Anyways, to go to Beggs' point, I looking at the snap share and everything, it's still you're going out on a limb. This last game, he had, in a PPR format, he had 16.5 against the Patriots, who were number 1 against rushing in the league, rushing defense. and he had his highest snap share of the season at 43%. Does that continue to rise? I don't know. He's got the Jets, Miami's first week of the playoffs, Chicago's second week, and then Cincinnati for the Super Bowl. So I feel like for me, that's a deep, deep play.
I like him against Miami all day, right? I don't mind him against Cincinnati or the Bears. It's
Over
Buffalo. They're matchup proof.
So he's matchup proof?
If you're in the
Buffalo-
playoffs, you probably have better options. Is all I'm saying.
Just that could be fine. Just remember the name. You remember where you heard it. James Cook. You know, every year in the playoffs, you remember Tony Pollard last year or Jeff Wilson, I think, right? Both of them had like 30-point games. James Cook's going to be in that same mold, gentlemen. Especially if your running back room's hurt. You got Breece Hall and a few injured players. James Cook's the name. That's all I'm saying.
James Cook or Zonovan Knight?
James Cook, hands down.
James Cook, hands down.
He's getting more passing work.
Oh, man, I would ask Wayne, but he's currently moonlighting over here.
Sorry,
Right,
my wife just walked in and I was grabbing on her butt.
James Cook or Zonovan Knight for the rest of the way.
You want to put a doink on it? Anybody? I'll take James
Yes.
Cook.
Snap doink, yes.
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
All right.
Yes. Easiest doink I've ever made in my life.
I'm
James
even
Cook,
giving
rest
you-
of the season.
rest of the season, including week 18.
Yes.
Okay, good.
James Cook absolutely play even when Josh Allen sits.
That's fun.
I
I'm
know that's what you're
literally
thinking
even
of.
giving you a handicap this week because he gets to play Zonovan Knight's playing against the Bills. So,
Go on. I can't believe I feel like I just robbed you, man.
bro, I feel like you say that after almost every doink. You said that after the Raiders and Bills bet as well. Look where we're at, bro.
That was a hot, passionate doink. This one isn't. This is cold and calculated, my friend.
You still felt great about it, though, and you felt like you robbed me.
Have you ever made a doink and then not said you feel great about it? Ever? I feel like that's in the bylaws. I feel great about every doink I make.
Not when you actually go out on a limb for something. Like, I don't know who's taking the bigger risk here, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Wayne, who do you got in this one?
Zonovan Knight.
It's crazy.
What week is this? 14?
We're going into
All right.
week 14, yes.
Okay. Zonovan Knight.
Bills, Lions, Jags, and Seahawks. You even got the schedule advantage, my friend.
I'm giving you a handicap. Like I said, it's the Bills.
The reality is, Michael Carter will be back, my friend. He will be back.
I mean, so then if he's back, then Zonovan Knight goes to where
It's
James
50-50.
Cook is.
It's 50-50. What's
Yeah,
going to hurt you?
Hey, it's just
Isn't 50-50 though?
the thing I'm thinking is like James Cook has way too low of a snap share to be consistently fantasy relevant.
It's been increasing, my friend.
Well, yeah, because it's already in the dirt. It hasn't it has no choice but to go up.
No.
There's a difference between it increasing and it being good.
Okay.
All right, we're out
But
there.
again, as always, I commend somebody that says something and stands on their word and makes a doink on it.
You might see James Cook in my DFS lineup this week. That's how strongly I feel about James Cook.
You won't.
He won't.
You got to find a value play every week, man.
You won't.
Okay. You watch and see, going.
Isn't it going to suck if he comes in last this week and we both get to doink him on the same thing?
On the same thing.
It's bad business, but I had to take risks, man.
Man, I lightweight want to. If it wouldn't be like a complete wash, I was getting ready to be like, I'll put a doink on it that says you don't put James Cook in your DFS lineup. Then he'd do it out of spite because he has incentive. Similar to how he said he was going to come into the office today, and you knew he wasn't, but he said put Chewies on it, which incentivizes him to come into the office.
Yeah, if I'd have put a Chewy's bet on it, he would have been in the office.
100%.
Wayne, I woke up with my mustache littered with dry snot, bro. Like, it was bad this morning. There's no way.
You would have wiped off all the crusties and came on in for some Chewies.
I cannot wait to watch James Cook run roughshod over the league.
Man, hot take.
Would you like to put a doink on James Cook in my DFS lineup?
No, because I don't win anything for that. Like the best I can do is just have a wash. Like
hedge your bets. No, it's a hedge your bet because if you think he sucks, I'm forced to play him in my DFS lineup, so I'm going to get a 0.
I'll put a doink with you that I leave my tight end spot blank.
Right.
No, because tight end that doesn't really matter that much.
Anyways, I've got Wayne. So we had a question in here. Who would you be playing this week if Mixon is back? Needs to win. He needs to win this week. My man he's locked in two of his leagues. He needs to win in this league to get into the playoffs. PPR format. He said if Mixon is back, this is Charlie Brown, by the way, number one fan of the podcast, Charlie Brown. If Mixon's back, he needs to plug either Pierce or Pacheco. Pierce is playing Dallas this week, and Pacheco's playing Denver.
Pacheco. That man is to the moon. I love Pacheco. Plus, you don't really want to play anybody against Dallas right now. They're killing it.
Big facts.
They are killing it. He also asked, P. Ryan is a lock if Joe Mixon is out this week, right?
Who do they play?
They are playing...
You know what? I don't care. Yeah.
That's what I said as well. You have to. The man absolutely crushed it last week and the week before that and the week before that. Pretty much anytime Joe Mixon's not playing, this man is absolutely destroying. He's had 7 targets apiece over the last 2 games, and he's got Cleveland this week, so it's a phenomenal matchup. Wayne. Oh, man, I'm looking at the matchup for the rest of the way for Joe Mixon if he does come back, and this is why I took the bet. He needs to come back this week to gather you some points because the last month of the season, he's got Tampa Bay, gross. Got New England, gross. He's got Buffalo, gross. And he's got Baltimore Ravens.
Volume.
Care.
I know like volume confuses you in the concept of it, but
it does.
Essentially what it means is you just get the ball so much that you don't have to do too much with it to still be racking up the fantasy points. That's what volume means.
Is it what volume means?
Or it could mean like the amount of something within a space mathematically.
What about sound?
It's a decibel level. Yep.
Oh, okay. So we got a triple entendre situation going on here.
Exactly.
Which one do you mean for this particular scenario?
The amount of things in a container.
Okay, cool.
Joe Mixon needs to have a lot of things correct? Within a container.
A
lot of the liquid is rush attempts, and the container is the game.
All right, and there you have it.
I'm gonna tell you another name, boys, that I like. He's got a brutal matchup, but Darius Slayton is another potential playoff winner. Been playing really, really well, and I mean, last I looked, he was available in like 70%, 60 to 70% of leagues.
People are scared to trust him.
He's a number one, man. 6 for 90 against Washington. He's got a tough schedule, but he's involved, man.
Boys, is Tyler Huntley worth a pickup?
Yes, he played well last year.
a stream play. He did play well last year. He actually didn't play too bad in this game. He put up 15 and a half, in somewhat limited action. I think he played 3/4. But he's got Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Atlanta, assuming that Lamar is going to be out for the full 3 weeks. He might not be. I mean, it's going to be really interesting because week 16 against Atlanta is the second round of the playoffs. So, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it when we get there, but he could be – I feel like that's someone that guys should stash if they have been streaming quarterbacks, all season, or if they have, like, kind of an iffy guy like a Kirk Cousins or something like that, or a Derek Carr as their starter.
Absolutely.
No one should have Derek Carr. Am I right, Beggs?
Man, Tyler Huntley was the sole reason Mark Andrews had the year he had last year. I mean, so if you're a Mark Andrews owner, you're happy to see Tyler Huntley. Going, I see that wry smile on your face. At this point, is the proof not in the pudding, my friend? How's that tapioca taste, gentlemen? I said it. I said it. I looked into the numbers. The numbers don't lie. And here we are. Kelsey by a mile right now. He could get hurt tonight. And I still would probably win that doink with Wayne. Kelsey being number one over Andrews.
Oh, yeah. Andrews was dealing with some injuries and all that stuff, and now his quarterback has injuries. So, there's been some.
He'll be better with Tyler Huntley. He was last year. And it's just what the numbers say. I mean, you guys can argue with numbers and data if y'all want to, but bad
Boys,
for me.
Does Cam Akers do anything for you going forward?
No.
No?
Yeah, he does. He's playing very well.
He put up 19 last week, 17 for 60, 2 touchdowns, one reception on 1 target for no yards. I only ask because he's got Las Vegas and Green Bay. Well, Las Vegas this week for the last week of the season. Green Bay, which is a great matchup for running backs, week 1 of the playoffs. Denver's kind of rough, and then probably one of the best matchups you can have.
I'll put a doink that Cam Akers outscores Jared Cook the rest of the year.
Is Jared Cook in the league anymore, Go?
Dude, you should have took it. What are you doing? What are you doing, Beggs? Snap call.
He took Cam Akers. I'm not taking Jared Cook.
Oh, I thought never mind. I heard it the other way around.
Come on, man.
I did it. I pulled a Wayne right there.
You
So
did.
stupid.
Pulled a Wayne.
You didn't pull me because I literally said, I'll take Cam Akers.
Yeah, I pulled a you, man. I know.
No, you didn't pull me. You were just straight up stupid about it.
Pulled a you. Pulled a
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm not going to take Akers over Jared Cook.
That's weird, though, because he just asked if Cam Akers does anything for you, and you said no. And then you're saying Jared Cook is the... I keep saying Jared Cook.
Jared Cook is the what, man? What is he the?
He's what, tight end 44 right now?
He is the most retired tight end in the league over the last 5 years.
But anyways, you said Cook is the pickup. Somebody cooking is the pickup for the playoff push. But Cam Akers does nothing for you?
Well, let's talk about it. In redraft leagues, James Cook's probably out there on the waivers, no? Is Cam Akers on the waivers right now in a redraft league, you think?
Good question. I'll check.
I think he's out there.
I'm only in one redraft league, so I will check that only league.
Yeah, I'll check my only league as well. That's a redraft.
I mean, so let's talk about this.
No, he's not on waivers.
The Rams have an abysmal offensive line. They have no incentive to win games.
Cam Akers is rostered in 46% of leagues on Yahoo.
What about James Cook?
James Cook is also out there. He's only rostered in 25% of leagues on Yahoo.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to make. He's a lot more available. He's a guy that's gettable. He's absolutely worth the stash.
I mean, a lot more available, a little bit more available.
He's almost a quarter more.
Skosh more available.
I think what you're trying to say is double. He's doubly more available, Beggs. A quarter more available.
There you go. You got what I meant. I'm just saying. That's a guy that he gets the
doubly. He's not doubly. I think what you're trying to say is he's twice as available. He's doubly. He's doubly available.
It makes more sense than he's a quarter more available. What does that mean?
Yeah,
what does it mean?
Begley made the least amount of sense. Then you corrected him with just slightly more sense, and then just twice is the correct way that you.
It was fancy and sophisticated. Okay.
To my people out there who understand denominators, you guys, I'm sure got what I meant. I like James Cook, man. I like him, Wayne. I'm not going to make a doink on him over Cam Akers, but Cam Akers doesn't catch the ball. Horrible offensive line, horrible quarterback, no incentive to win. I'm not touching him.
Honestly, Zonovan Knight's available in 53% of leagues. And like I said, I'd rather have him. I really
but you took the doink with him. That's just weird, man. It's just weird.
What scab running back do you want for the rest of the way?
Me?
Yeah.
I was taking Cam Akers. Rostered in 47% of leagues.
Gross.
Less than half leagues roster Cam Akers.
He's got no
James
pop.
Cook? What if you can have James Cook, Bags, and he takes Cam Akers? Does James Cook do it for you instead of Jared?
That's bad business. I'm not doing two doinks on the same player. Cam Akers has no.
You've made multiple doinks on the same player so much this year. What are you talking about?
Are you not going to use those same players in DFS against both of us this week? Is that not the same exact bet? Didn't we just doink? I'm confused.
No, there are no DFS doinks.
Yes, there is. We just made a DFS doink.
Bro, are you here?
You made a DFS doink with me and Goni.
Not talking about certain players in our lineup.
Okay, you're going to use those same players against me and against him. That's the same premise of you doing James Cook against me and against him in separate doinks. How does this not click?
What are you talking? What do you mean I'm going to be DFSing the same players? What are you talking about?
Okay. Whoa.
I got this.
Okay.
He's saying by you made a DFS doink with us that you would outscore us this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're also claiming to put James Cook in your DFS lineup, therefore betting on James Cook multiple times.
I said I just might do it. Yeah, you got to find value somewhere, is what I said verbatim.
I tell you what, if you give me Cam Akers and you take James Cook the rest of the year, I'll slot Cam Akers in my DFS lineup this week.
Who do the Rams play this week?
I don't know. Don't care.
No, I'm not going to make the same doink on James Cook.
What I was really trying to say is when you lock in your DFS lineup, you can't change it. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you made a doink with Wayne and I separately. You're going to use that same locked-in team against both of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's the difference in it being bad business for you making two doinks on that same one team and then not doing it with James Cook because he's the same player that you're saying, and one with me and then one with Wayne? Do you get what I'm saying now?
Well, because he prefaced the DFS doink by saying it was bad business and then did it. He forgot to preface the James Cook by saying it's bad business before he did it.
Bad business, but I'm betting on myself because I need to make up wins in a hurry as the season closes. So that's why I did that, because it directly involves my skill versus your all skill. James Cook one's more of a luck, right? I took the bet with you, Goni, because I think Michael Carter comes back and he takes a lot of Zonovan Knight's work you saw this week. James Cook his work's actively increasing as the season's gone on the past few weeks. As his work's increased over the past few weeks. I just expect that trend to continue.
Okay.
That's why I took it over Zonovan Knight. And plus with Ty Johnson there, Zonovan doesn't get any passing work. That's where James Cook excels. So in a PPR format, I'm taking the receiving back all day, every day.
Alrighty then.
And with respect to Cam Akers, they're going to play Cam Akers because they have nothing to lose. If he's horrible, he's dead weight. They'll just cut him. But he has no competition for touches out there. None. That I still don't like him. In your fantasy lineups, he's got no juice, and they don't score a lot of points. I mean, his value is being a goal line back.
Wayne?
No, I hate that you got to take advantage of his James Cook random burst of love and I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
You know who else I like? I'm going to give you 2 receiving names I like rest of the season. I like Michael Gallup and I like Nico Collins.
Why Michael Gallup, Cowboys guy?
Do you see what he's done? 2 big games in a row. He's getting healthy going. I mean, you could see what happened. There's a gradual kind of acclimation
I see it.
off the ACL injury.
I see it. I don't mind Gallup.
He's getting the red zone touches. He's active, man. He's evolved.
I wouldn't say 2 big games. An 11 and an 18 isn't. I mean, the 11's not a big game. An 18 is, but when you're talking about 4 for 23 and 2 touchdowns,
that's what he is. He's a big play guy. He's our red zone target.
I don't, however, know what you're talking about when it comes to Nico Collins, but I'll agree that Michael Gallup is a little bit more reliable. I'm not really sure where the Nico Collins love is coming from.
I'll tell you why. Brandon Cooks is disgruntled. I'm sure you guys have seen the news.
Okay.
He's furious he didn't get traded. I don't blame him. He was out with a calf injury. I have a feeling this is one of those like air quote injuries. Nico Collins got 11 targets on 28 routes. That's impressive. He's pretty much the only guy out there. And they're going to give him a shot. They're eliminated from the playoffs. He's still young. He's only 23, I think. He's a baby. They're going to give him a shot. The offense isn't exactly humming, but the targets are there.
I'm more on board with Nico Collins rest of the season than I am Michael Gallup. He's 10, 7, 9, 10 over his last 4 games as far as targets go. So
yeah, but the targets are the quality of the targets are not good.
Volume, man. Give me volume. Goni, I get Houston, Jacksonville, Philly, and Titans with Gallup. I only see one bad matchup there with Philly. I don't mind the Houston matchup. I know on paper it's not great, but I like the matchup.
Okay. I think that'll do it.
Okay. Gentlemen, anything to add?
Not really. I'm just going to be up a couple doinks after this week.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one after this week because playoffs are locked in. Might take some lineup questions going into this week. I don't know how you all feel about that.
Start sits.
Maybe on Friday, do like a start sit, post it on Saturday morning. If that tickles your all's fancy. And we'll even do since we all got a doink on this. Let's aim to do a post a video Saturday morning, and we can give people a look into our DFS lineups going into the week, so they can root for their favorite host.
Let's get it.
Just don't let it be Goni.
I might not be the favorite, but I'm definitely not the least favorite.
Going. So I think your link is dead that you sent out for the DFS. May want to send out a new one.
Yeah, he's already trying to snake us, huh?
By setting my lineup now, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and look at it. There's a lot riding on this week. It's big.
No,
big
I'm talking about Goni sending out the dead link.
I apologize, Wayne. Yeah, Goni's a snake.
He just didn't click the right thing. I guarantee it.
All right, Mad Mob. Bad business doinks for MVP.
Whoop, whoop.